Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve G, and what we have this time is the Yamashin Aogami or Blue number 2 Kurouchi Gyuto 210mm knife. So this knife has 3 layers to it. The core cutting edge steel in the center is what's known as Aogami or Blue Paper number 2 reactive high carbon steel. Heat treat on that's around 61, 62 Rockwell. And it also has a soft iron cladding on either side of that core steel, so it's all reactive blade. This does have a lacquer finish on it. The weight and dimensions will vary a little bit from knife to knife. This particular one is 159 grams or 5.6 ounces. The handle is octagonal. It says sandalwood. It almost looks like it could be that or maybe even walnut. And it's got a multicolored pack-a-wood ferrule on it. And looks like they've done a pretty nice job of sealing that up where that tang, which as you can see fairly thick, going into that handle. They've got a nice curve here, a pretty thin neck as you can see, but a curve here going into that neck, so you can see it's plenty of room for your finger right there for a pinch grip. The height is 43.8, so not particularly tall, but you've got loads of room there for your pinch grip. Balance point with this handle is this is a decent thickness blade here, so it's going to have a little weight to it. So there's your balance point, which is just a little bit in front of the pinch grip for this, so it'll be a little bit blade heavy, which gives you a little bit more cutting kind of power to it. In terms of the rest of the dimensions, you've got 212 millimeters on the edge, or about 8.35 inches, and then the overall length's about 362 millimeters, or 14.25. The spine is pretty thick coming out of the handle, but I think you'll see it thins out quickly. So I got about 3.7 over the back of the heel here, but then about 2.2 about halfway down, and pretty much just holds that until you get to this grind here, and you'll see it's not super skinny on the tip, but they thin it down pretty nicely. And then here's the edge. It's also pretty thin at the edge, so this should be a good kind of middleweight performer with good performance characteristics. Let's see, let's get our beauty shot. A nice interesting pattern here on the finish, on the grind down towards the edge. And you can see the Kurouchi or blacksmith finish. It's fairly smooth, quite smooth actually on each side. The left side of the blade has some embossed kanji and symbols on it. In terms of fit and finish, they've taken the corners of the spine down just a little bit, so that's pretty good. And they've also worked pretty good on the sides of the choil into the neck, so it's quite comfortable. Out of the box edge, I'll give this 5, maybe 6 out of 10. It's got a decent out of the box edge on it, but it will get pretty much as sharp as you can get it with Aogami number 2, being the core steel, which will hold a decent edge as well. Here's our cutting board profile. So you can see the tip is pretty low in relation to the center line, so it's not going to be a big rocker here. And it's actually got a big old, goes, and it kind of slams into a hard stop here, but a big old flat spot, the back half of the blade. So here's a good one with a lot of flat to it if you like to chop. This isn't going to be great for rocking. I can get right about in there to rock, but it's going to go into a pretty hard stop in at least this particular blade. So this will be good for chopping, push-pull cuts, glide cuts, tip draws. Not great for tall stuff on rocking, but should be decent. So this one has kind of an unusually large flat spot, so if you like that, this might be right up your alley. So this is a kind of a traditional knife with nice fit and finish and good kind of balanced performance. This is the Yamashin Aogami or Blue number 2 Kurouchi Gyuto 210mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.